Good evening. Good evening. I apologize for my little tardiness, but I had to get some things situated. Can y'all hear me? Because yesterday we had some technical difficulties with my mic, but I hope today it's a little bit better. Samira, log on to uh log on to the other one to make sure it doesn't sound muffled over here on my side. Thank you, thank you. I hope everyone is having a marvelous night because I am. I am. I am. I am. I am. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, thank you, Samara. Thank you, thank you. Samara gives me technical support, her and my mom from the other end, to let me know if I sound muffled on the mic. Yesterday I had some technical difficulties on my YouTube and my Facebook live over here. So it didn't set me back. It thought it was gonna do that. Hey, how are you? How are you? Can y'all share, please? Because tonight is very touchy for me. It really is. Tonight I had to get into myself for this one. I know who you are, JP. I tell everybody, I remember Instagram names. I remember Instagram names. But so sometimes I try to put the names, their faces with the Instagram names. So I'm just waiting for a few more people to just wave to me so I know I got somebody that I'm talking to. That I JB I'm a P I'm gonna get you in just 1 second. I miss you too. I miss you too. I commented on your picture the other day, but DM me. We're gonna talk about it now. Not right now though. um yes. So I need y'all to share. I need y'all to share. Hello, Dudley. Hello. Because tonight is very when I tell you it's touchy for me, as I every day I try to take maybe about an hour, hour and a half in between clients if I'm not doing too much. And I just try to just meditate a little bit and think about what I'm going to talk about because sometimes um, I just don't want to get on and not have a topic. I don't want to not know where to start. Right, right. Uh, Somebody, we're going to pin that. So I'm gonna just go back a little bit, maybe a couple of days, and just bring y'all up to speed to let y'all know the things that we did touch bases on. And we talked about, I need y'all to share. I need y'all to wave to me. I need y'all to make me feel loved like I love y'all. I need y'all to just share with some people. Let them know, like, hey, don't miss tonight, because tonight, this here topic, all my topics mean something to me, but I really cried when I was like really doing this one because I felt this message. Like I felt this mess becoming a message to somebody, right? So we touched bases on self-love. We started out, let me rewind myself. Let me just tell a few people that may have might be their first time listening. Glam Talk. I came up with Glam Talk. Glam Talk is basically my podcast. I'm going live. I'm telling my story. And my story is my mess becomes a message to somebody. So it's really basically a lot of the things that I may have went through or might experience in life. It might be still experiencing in life. So my mess becomes a message to somebody. Your mess that you may have experienced or went through becomes a message to somebody. Your test becomes a testimony to somebody. Put your foot down over there. Becomes a testimony to somebody. So it's basically overcoming an obstacle and you building your character and your strength from it and allowing your story to be a message to somebody that might be experiencing or going through the same thing that you're going through and just don't have that one to talk to. And by listening or chiming into my live and my podcast, they're able to just say, darn, I needed to hear that. And since I've been doing it for the last 2 weeks, I've been overwhelmed with DMs and phone calls. And I'm just happy to say that I'm happy to be able to help somebody. My mess became a message for somebody. A person who joined the live told me we made them feel worth it. Absolutely. A person who joined my live last week told me right before she joined, she was thinking of ways to kill herself. And I was so appalled, like, oh, look at God. You heard my voice. And I don't know what sentence or what word I was saying, but whatever word it was, I was like, look at God. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? So we talked about being able to speak positivity into your own self. We talked about affirmations and self-love and being able just to understand who you are as a person. Understand you have to get you right within before you can do anything else. And I spoke on domestic violence. It stimulated from domestic violence because of my situation with domestic violence. And I have a lot of young ladies that come on and DM me and we talk and we cry and they tell me, how did I get through it? And I, my strength might be a little stronger than your strength. So I tell them all the time, and I don't sugarcoat it. I tell them I went back like 45 times, and I went back about 45 times, and I said I left with my feet, but I had to go back and get my heart. So I guess the last time when I went back to get my heart, I then knew that I had enough, and enough was enough. So tonight, my topic it kind of hit home for kind of touched me a little different. It hit different when you going through some things and then you gotta understand like, hey, this is you. So I had to put myself in the situation and understand that everything that I tried to speak on or everything that I tried to talk about or let's have conversation about is I probably went through it. I about went through it and I'm probably going through it, but this conversation or topic tonight that we're talking about, it really kind of did something to me. It touched different, and as I was uh, writing it, and I was, I said my little prayer before I started. I was like, God, what I'm gonna talk about? I don't know. I don't know. So I was on Instagram, and as I was strolling through Instagram, I heard Sarah Sarah Jakes say, "Surrender and let go." So I was like, surrender and let go. Then my other phone rang, so it kind of distracted me a little bit, so I really couldn't hear the whole message. And then I went back to the message, and then when I went back to the message, it said it again. It said, surrender and let go. I said, is that a message for me, God? So then I had to analyze my life and say, what do I need to surrender and let go? What do I need to surrender and let go? Then I had to break it down. Then I had to understand the surrender part. Sometimes when you surrender, well, I feel like sometimes when I surrender things, it means to let go and allow something new to come into your life. So I wrote down a few things. So I'm just going, I always just go over what I wrote down, and then we can talk about it, and then we can interact. But my topic is surrender and let go. The power of prayer. That's my topic. Surrender and let go. The power of prayer. Because prayer works though. Prayer works. I know I tell a lot of people that regardless of whatever it is that you're going through, and y'all might see me, I'm telling you, I'm not I don't judge. So I know I have faults, and I know but God is working on me though, and I'm okay. I'm not in denial. He's working on me. He's working on me. So for me to stand here, or for my listeners and my viewers to be listening to me, and I'm allowing y'all into my mess, because my mess becomes a message to somebody, and I'm letting y'all know I'm not perfect, but I'm just letting y'all know God is working on me. Okay? So sometimes I tell y'all the process of elevation is elimination. You got to eliminate people, places, and things. Make sense? So today is Tuesday. So, and I first wrote down, you, when you pray, I feel like you got to pray from a place with authority. You got to pray from a place with authority. And when I say you got to pray from a place with authority, it means uh, you got to be a little aggressive. Because when I say authority, you probably think about, well, I know I think about the police officers, the judges. They have authority over the people that come into their courtroom, or the people that they may lock up. So you got to pray in demand. So when you pray, you got to pray like you know what you're talking about. So the power of prayer, that's what I'm telling y'all when I say the power of prayer. So you got to pray with authority. So you have to have authority over the prayer that you're praying, and then you got to be able to ask God for what you want with authority in it, so he can understand, oh, they really want it. They really want it. So my first outline is pray with authority. So the second one is prayer. Prayer always have to be aligned with God and his plans. So if we praying for something, and it's not what God already planned or have aligned for our life, not that he wasn't giving it to you. It's not that, but it just didn't go. It didn't fit into where the part of the life that he needed it to fit into. So we can ask him for anything, but he's going to give it to us exactly how he supposed to give it to us, because it's already aligned with whatever God has for our life already. So that's what we need to understand. Regardless of how we pray or what we pray, everything has to be aligned with God. And if it's not aligned, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You gotta trust God. You gotta trust God. You have to trust God, no matter what, regardless of whatever the situation looks like. Whatever your back could be up against the wall. It look like you can't get no further. Everything you try to do, just don't become what you wanted to become. Just don't get right. Just don't be right. But you just gotta trust the process, because our way is not His way. Right? I need y'all to talk back to me. I need y'all to, because Facebook is talking back. I need Instagram to talk back to me too. So this is what Glam Talk is really about. We touch bases. I'm trying to teach myself as I teach, or I speak to other people. I'm trying to allow my mess to be somebody else's message, and especially a message for me, because I've been through a lot, probably still going through things. So it's just, we talking, and Glam Talk for me is uh I try to the glam is always to beautify, to make you feel good about yourself when you've been broken into pieces, or when you've been broken, or you had verbally been abused or physically abused. So when you abuse in any many different ways. You got to understand, you got to still build yourself up. You got to give yourself that self-love pep talk. You still got to speak those affirmations into you. You still got to be able to tell yourself you are wonderfully made, you are beautiful, regardless of whatever the situation or the circumstances may look like. You are this person. So that's what Glam Talk is really about. I just try to encourage, empower women and men, because I do have some men that listens to me, and they could have been in an abusive relationship, or a a, a verbal relationship. So I'm not biased in the situation, but I just need everybody to understand that this is the meaning of Glam Talk. So we're here to talk. We're here to, allow our mess to become a message for somebody. And then I said, you got to surrender and let go. So you have to surrender to what the moment is trying to teach you. You have to surrender for what the moment is trying to teach you. So whatever the situation is, and you might be going through it, you got to surrender yourself for that moment, because it's always a lesson and a blessing in any situation. So you got to be able to understand. Sometimes I wish I could move on from one situation to the next situation, but God needed me to understand what being single feels like. So that's why I said this was personal for me. This here surrendering myself was personal for me. I don't know about nobody else, but tonight I'm talking about me. Tonight I'm talking about me. So I wish I could move from one situation to another situation, but it seems like every time I try to get into another situation, something begins to turn me off. And guess what? And then I'll be like, God, well, maybe I'm supposed to be single. Then I understand, like, you're supposed to be single because I'm trying to teach you something. So that's why I said this here message is for me, because it's personal. This is personal, because I needed to get the lesson in why I need to be single. That's what my message is. I need to get the lesson and why I need to be single. It feels like that I needed to learn this. I know it's something, because I know it's greater later. So I don't know what it is right now at this point, but I just know that me being in a relationship is not where I'm supposed to be right now. Make sense? I mean, I got him knocking at the door, but do I choose to open it? Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Because something just don't feels right within anything. It just like I can like this one because of this, and then I can like this, and then I just be like, nah, never mind. I'm so I don't want to say that I'm so picky, but I just I'm we going I'm kind of funny when it comes to people being in my space, in my around me, in my energy. So I'm very choosy on who I allow to be in my space. No, no, not right now. So I'm very picky about who's in my space and who's around me. So sometimes you got to just understand, like, okay, this is what it is, and that's not where you're supposed to be. So I'm here. I'm accepting it. It's okay. It's okay. I did it. I'm good. I did it, God, and I hear you now. I hear you. I do. So that's why I said again, this message is for me to understand. I have to surrender some things to understand what I need to do in my life. That's it. So, me surrendering some things, I had to understand what I need to do in my life. And that's where I'm at right now. So that's where I'm at. Surrendering some things so I can know what it is that I need to do with my life. Um, Another point that I wrote down is, wait, and then I had to say, uh, I don't want to surrender because I felt like I was going to lose something. But what would I lose if I surrender something and I know that it's greater later? What in my mind? Now this me talking to myself all day today. I'm fighting myself, talking to myself like what will I surrender? What will I surrender, knowing that I'm going to lose something, but in my mind I'm understanding that it's greater later. It's okay. It's okay. It's greater later. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, you can't cry. You can't cry. You can't cry. I apologize. I apologize. Okay. 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 You gotta be quiet. Okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So that's why I said this message was very touching for me, because Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Y'all hear me? Look at the enemy was definitely trying to attack me. He definitely was. But guess what? I figured it out though. I figured it out. I need y'all to share. I need y'all because I need somebody on here was trying to get this message. And I do apologize. It was an outage earlier in the area, and it came back on. So uh, I guess they was trying to fix it. It was an accident, so it kind of I guess they hit the pole or whatever. So I thought we was back on good because I did a microphone check and everything. I did a check like 6:30, and everything was good. So figuring it out. But that's just the enemy though, because the enemy knew that somebody needed to hear why they need to surrender a lot of the things that they are or been through. So sometimes, but like I said, I was fighting with my own issues today. I really was. I was playing tug of war in my head because this message I was talking really to myself. I was talking really to myself. So I was playing tug of war, and I kept saying, God, well, why should I surrender if I feel like I'm gonna lose? And he kept saying, well, if you lose, it's gonna be greater later. So why not lose? You got to think of the bigger picture. You got to think of the bigger picture and not the now. So the now means what's going on right now in your life. You got to be able to understand that after the now is always better. After the now is always better. And I was fighting, and I was like, God, now this I really I think I was shedding tears over there trying to figure this one out. And then I was like, my mess is crazy. And I don't understand. Like, I need my mess to be a message to people. I need the people to understand. I need them to hear me. I need them to understand. Like, I get excited. I feel good when I come on and I'm able to talk to people and I get DMs and people tell me that they feel good about me helping them out or I mean so much to them. It makes me feel good because again, I'm just trying to be me. I'm not trying to pretend to be nobody else. I'm not trying to take nobody's spot. I'm not trying to do nothing but be Candace. That's it. I'm just trying to be who I am and what I feel like I need to do. So at this point, I just want my mess, my crazy mess, my mess that makes no sense sometimes to become a message to somebody. I talk to my friends, right? So I tell my friends come in, they say, well, I need you. Well, what you think about? And I'm gonna give it to them raw and uncut. And guess what? They just love me even more because I didn't sugarcoat nothing from them. Um, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and future. Jeremiah 29:11. Thanks, Aunt Dorothy. I knew you was coming with it. I knew you was coming with it. But that's what I'm saying. This message today was really a message for myself because I was really playing tug of war. Like I really was playing tug of war in my head. I was like, it felt good, but it didn't feel good because it was like, God, I don't want to feel like that I'm crying or I want to be a big girl. I want to be a big girl. That's what I was telling myself. God, I need to be a big girl because I need to tell somebody that might be struggling or feel like they need to surrender themselves and let go and allow God to do what they need to do. But when you surrender yourself, you're not understanding that if you lose something right then and there, because you surrendered the now, you got to understand it's always going to be the greater later. It's the greater later. So you got to be able to understand that if you surrender yourself now, that is always going to be the greater later. So I kept telling myself, girl, you got some crazy mess. even from way back when, you got some crazy mess. So allow your mess, your crazy mess to become a message to somebody. Hello, hello, hello. So I kept telling myself all day, I kept telling myself this all day as I was thinking and writing, and I kept saying, like, why my crazy mess, God? And he said, why not? He said, why not? And some people look at me, and I even got a message from somebody like, how do how do you feel when you on and you talking and you telling all your business? I said, guess what? If I don't tell my business, somebody else gonna tell my business, and guess what? They gonna give it to you how they want to give it to you, and they probably gonna add something to it. So if I expose myself with my own mess, can't nobody make me look bad, right or wrong. Y'all with me? We're on the same page. So my crazy mess becomes a message to somebody. That's how I look at it. I did this. I'm learning to look at it because you can't expose me because I can expose myself. I can make my own self look bad. And then guess what happened? So when you tell your story, guess what people gonna say? Oh, I already know that. Now what? Now what? Huh? So my mess keeps telling me. So when I think about my mess and I think deep into it, I say my mess keeps me sane, and it keeps telling me that I'm a warrior. I'm a warrior. That's what when I think about all the mess that I've been through, my mess say you are a warrior, you strong. I'm working on you for the next level, not the now, because I'm in the now. So I still got levels to go because there's levels to this. So just because I might be sitting here, this is not the level I'm supposed to stay on. So my next level is my best level because I can do all this through my crazy mess. Because my crazy mess is going to elevate me to my next level because my mess is going to become a message. So my mess keeps me with the drive and the ambition to keep telling myself it's greater later. Thank you. Thank you. It gets greater later. For real, I feel like it gives me, like I said, the ambition, the inspiration, the drive to keep pushing harder. My mess is crazy, but I love the energy that it gives me. I love the energy that my crazy mess gives me because I'm able to even get on and talk to y'all and tell y'all about my crazy mess. Because when y'all heard some of it, so we not gonna get too in depth about it right now, but we still gonna continue to talk about it because that's why I'm here. Because Glam Talk is mess. So it is good mess. So let's say that because when you say mess, people think of messiness, but it's a good mess because your mess becomes a message to somebody. So somebody that was trying to listen, right? That my Facebook went out, my YouTube went out, my Instagram said reconnected because somebody needed to hear what I got to say. So they needed to understand, even though that I went through whatever I went through, and my crazy mess is crazy mess, it still allows me. I need y'all to understand that my crazy mess still allows me to have the ambition, the motivation, and the drive to understand. Just because it was crazy, don't mean that the life ends crazy. It's just preparing me for a better place, right? So it always tells me my greater later. So that's what it is. So my mess is a message to somebody. Like I can tell y'all that I've been in a domestic violence relationship for 9 years, and you can ask me how I got out of it. Some people can say that they had to go through to a therapist, they had to go through a psychiatrist. Kennedy, stop taking my table. A psychiatrist, but guess what? Because I didn't have to do it because I was strong enough to fight my mess. Because deep down inside, guess what? When I was going through my crazy mess, I kept telling myself, "You're stronger than what you think you are. You're stronger than what you think you are. You stronger than what you think you are. You are more than a conqueror. That's what I was telling myself. See, because I knew how to speak over myself. I knew how to speak into myself. I was fighting my own things within myself, but I had to keep telling myself, it's really your own mess that becomes the message. So I went through domestic violence relationship for 9 years. Guess what? For 9 years, the gun jammed twice. The gun jammed twice. When I tell you the one slap became two slaps became the punch, then the punch became two punches and a jab, and then guess what? Then it became the beating. But see, that's my mess. I had to go through my mess to get me to this point right here where I'm at right now. And they say, what point you at right now? Guess what I say? I say, because I'm stronger than what I used to be. Because my past doesn't define me. It just build my character and give me strength. And when I say strength, I say it don't make me strong. It did give me some strongness, but when I say mental, it built my strength, my character. So the past doesn't define you. It just builds your strength and give you character. It gives you character. So that's what I when I tell y'all today, I had to fight this message that I had to get. I had to dig deep in my mess today. I really had to dig deep in my mess today, and I kept saying, God, well, how did I get through certain things? What did I really have to do? Guess what I said? The power of prayer. The power of prayer. The power of it works every time. It works every time. I said you gotta learn to pray with authority. You gotta learn to be like God. I need you on this one. Regardless of what it looks like, I need you to walk through, and I need you to handle this one for me. But because you people don't know how to pray with authority, they just give up and say like, God, I give up. No, it's not about giving up. You gotta allow your mess to become a message, because it's not always messy. It's not always messy. Your mess builds the character that you the character. The mess gives you your personality. It makes you who you are, because guess what? I'm gonna break it down for y'all. Because my mess, I've been through so much mess. I don't even look like a lot of the stuff that I've been through, but I can sit here and tell y'all everything about my life. Guess why? Because nobody can expose me but me. So if I tell you and get into details about everything that I've been through in my life, guess what? A lot of lips probably would fall, but it's okay if they fall, because I'm exposing my own self. I'm exposing my own mess, and I'm surrendering all for the now for my greater later. Make sense? Y'all got me all lost, y'all. Y'all got me all lost, y'all. That's it. I'm saying you have to be able. You have to be able to surrender yourself for the now for what's greater later. And I was fighting it today, y'all. I cried today, y'all. I cried. I said, I'm getting up there, and I'm not gonna cry because I don't want the people to see me cry. But go what? It's okay though. For me, it's okay, because that's why I'm here. I need to allow my mess and everything that I'm going through to be encouraging to somebody else. Somebody that might be listening, that might be going through or went through something similar to what I went through. Somebody got on and they spoke about molestation. Somebody got on and spoke on that before she got on, she was thinking about killing herself. Somebody just DM'd me on my way home from Tampa yesterday. She want to talk to me because she want to know how I got out of my domestic violence situation. And guess what I told her? Some people aren't as strong as me. Some people can't take as much as I got a high tolerance for pain. Some people pain level just as big as mine. So my pain level is high because my tolerance level is high. So I'm able to take a little bit more. But guess what? That's when I had to learn the power of prayer. Make sense? The power of prayer for me was amazing. Because what I keep telling you, I used to be in church my life. So my grandmother used to say her prayers, the deacon, the secretary, the ushers, whoever got up and prayed. So I knew how to repeat what my grandmother or the pastor would say, because guess what? They probably would say the same lines every time they pray and just add something different. So I knew how to repeat that. But when I began to get my own intimacy with God and I understood, hey, this is what I need you to do. We're gonna break it down this way. So when I began to talk to him much more like a homeboy, then I knew how to pray different. So that's what I'm telling you. My mess becomes a message to somebody once you learn how to do something. It's not always about pain. They may not know a healthy relationship. That situation or relationship may seem right in their eyes. Absolutely. Absolutely. It seemed right in their eyes, but sometimes you gotta understand everything got a sign. Everything got a sign, and you have to be able to see the signs and understand, like, this is it or this is not it. But I came on, and like I said, my message was, I was fighting it today, was surrender all and just surrender now and just understand that it's greater later. And I was fighting myself with the self love, and I was like, God, I'm talking about this to them, and then I'm still feeling some type of way, and I'm supposed to. I'm supposed to, cause I just like I tell y'all that I'm still doing things and learning things for the better me, is like, so when I talk to y'all and I tell y'all what y'all I'm going through, so I can, again, like I say, pour into y'all. I need people to pour into me. Good things though. Good things though. I sometimes I be feeling like, God, well, I don't feel. But then when I just, and I say my Lord, and then I get back, and then I just be like, all right, God, you got this one. You got this one. I'm gonna go and talk to the people today. I'm gonna talk to them because I get excited when I do come and talk to my listeners and my viewers, and it's okay if I'm exposing me and telling my life and what I've been through, and I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that because I asked God to give me the voice. I asked God to give me the platform to be able to talk about my mess and the things that I went through in my life to help somebody, to really help somebody. And thus far, he has been doing it. So I'm happy. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'll never fold. You'll never see me fold. On days I probably want to cry, I might cry. Come on and cry on here. Why? Okay, I'm gonna get her. Tippy, come down here and get her. Yes. So, um, yes. So I that's why I keep telling y'all, I need y'all to just keep pouring good things into me so I can continue to uh, be uplifted. For real, Adati, as soon as I finish, she calls me and she always, say a prayer, and it is, and then we go from there. We might talk for about 5-10 minutes, but if nobody else pours besides her, my mother, I know that they pouring. I know her. My mother is definitely pouring. So, you know, so I just need y'all to understand that y'all have to be able to just don't feel like you the only one going through something, or you can't get through whatever it is that you're going through. Because if I sit here and tell you everything, we gonna get to that point though, but we ain't gonna get to it right tonight. So we did talk about a lot of things that I've been through, but again, my crazy mess becomes a message for somebody. Somebody needs to hear me say that my mess was crazy. She need a charger. Somebody needs to hear me say my mess was crazy, and I mean, and when sometimes even when I talk about the domestic violence, it just touch places that I say all the time. I don't like for the place that it takes me back, but I'll never allow it to put me back in that space. I'll never allow it to put me back in that space. So again, never think that you want to give up. You got to always understand, like, even though you go through something or might be going through something right now, allow it to allow yourself to understand and get the lesson and the blessing out of it, because anything anybody goes through is always a lesson. It's definitely a lesson, but you got to be able to see the lesson and understand it. You have to be able to see it and understand it. And sometimes you have to open up your mind so that you're able to just get a clear view or clear vision of a lot of the things that you're going through. Because when you're going through mess, it kind of give you a blurred vision, so you can't even see things straight. You can't even see things clear. You because in your mind it's so discombobulated. It's just like you going through so much that you don't know which way to turn, left or right, and you're supposed to go straight. So you gotta that's one thing that you should pray for. Like, you gotta pray for a better vision. Allow God, allow me to see things differently. Allow me to be able to open my eyes to see things in a different aspect. Allow me to see things the way that you want me to see them. So sometimes you gotta pray in details. You gotta give him what you want in details. Like, you gotta break it down to him. So everybody goes through mess. Everybody goes through mess. And sometimes some people mess are worse is worse than others. And you know, and a lot of people go through it. Don't sit around and think that just because this person got a lot of money or everybody got problems. Everybody. Everybody has problems. So I'm just here on a platform, right? So I'm just telling all my business. So they can listen. It's fine. But I'm allowing my mess to be a message to somebody. I'm allowing my mess to be a message to somebody. Talk to me. Talk to me. Nobody got nothing to say tonight. It's Tuesday. It's really Talk to Me Tuesday. So I'm really not supposed to be talking. I'm supposed to allow y'all to talk because it's Talk to Me Tuesday. But I just felt some type of way today and I was in my feelings. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to just start it off with the power of prayer, and I need to surrender some things. And that's what I came up with. And then that's what I brought to y'all. And that's what we started with. So I need y'all to talk to me. I need y'all to talk to me. Talk to me. Nobody wants to join my live. Nobody wants to talk to me. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Nobody. Nobody wants to talk to me. So let me ask somebody. So let me see what they want to say. No. Let me see if Pharaoh got something to say. Facebook. Oh, you don't have nothing to say? I'm just. You don't have nothing to say? I knew you was gonna join. That's why I added you. Absolutely, but here's the thing: when you have spectators, let's use the word spectators. When you have people that come on your Instagram, that come on my Facebook and my YouTube, they're here just to listen, though. They're here just to listen, so they don't interact to what's going on. They just really here to listen, and then guess what they say? They say, "Oh, did you see what she talked about? Girl, I know she was in an abusive relationship. Girl, I." It's okay though. But again, that's why I say can't nobody expose me like I can expose myself. And listen, I'm okay with talking about what I've been through because I'm that's what made me. It didn't define me, but it made my character and it built my strength. So I'm okay with talking about my mess that I've been through because it kind of at certain points it kind of make me feel good, but then at like today I was kind of in my feelings today. I was really feeling some type of way because I was like, God, you want me to be single? Like, come on. Like, and then like I said, I got him knocking at the door, but it's me. Like, nope, you turn me off. Nope, not you. Nope. Mm-mm. But that's me though. That's me. That's me. So I just be like, okay, you know what? Let me understand the purpose of me being single. What is it that I need to do? So that's what I be telling myself. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But it is what it is. I got a lot of spectators. Yeah, they watching. I want them to watch. I want them to share too. Can y'all share? Pass the message. Subscribe to my YouTube, Glam Talk. Please, please. I love them. I love it. That's right. You use it as your step stool to absolutely. Absolutely. Your haters become your elevation. They become your footstool. So it's okay. God, I need some new ones though, God. I need some new ones. Cause the old ones is becoming my friends. The old ones is becoming my friends. So I need some new ones. I need him to give me about 5, 10 more new ones. I need some new ones, and it's okay though. It's okay because I'm willing to accept them. So when you elevating yourself, you gotta accept all that comes with the elevation. So again, like I say, the process of elevation is elimination. So I gotta eliminate some people, places, and things, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. But again, I love my crazy mess because if I didn't have crazy mess, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't know half of the people that I know. I probably wouldn't be friends with a lot of the people that I know because guess what? I've been through a lot with a lot of them. And once they got to realize and understand me as a person, they was like, oh, you cool. Oh, she cool, but I'm okay with it. So, and I appreciate you, Farrah, for logging on. I'm supporting Glam Talk. I appreciate everybody that logs on and support Glam Talk. I do. Glam Talk is Glam Talk is really going be something really big. So I'm speaking it. So I'm speaking it off my tongue. So you have to speak things into existence for those they were. So I'm speaking my big platform, my big podcast for Glam Talk, because that's all I really. I don't want to feel like I'm a evangelist, preacher, or none of that. I just want to do my podcast. I just want people to be able to understand. You always been cool to me. Thank you, thank you. I just want people to understand. Like I just want my mess to become a message for somebody, or my listeners and my viewers. Y'all can get on. I need y'all mess to become a message to somebody. Anything, whatever you feel like you overcame or you're overcoming in your life. It could be alcohol, it could be drugs, it could be anything that you overcame or overcoming. It's still mess. It's still something that you went through. It's still something that you went through and you allowed yourself to overcome it so it becomes a message for somebody because you never know who needs to hear you say or somebody say that it took you this much or it took you this long of a time or this is what you had to do to get to this point. So, yep, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, y'all. I do. I do. Thank you, Farrah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, girl. Call me later. Yes, but I appreciate everybody. Is anybody else want to come in and say something while I'm here? While I'm here, nobody. Somebody want to talk to me. Somebody wants to talk to me. Don't be afraid, though. Somebody want to talk to me. Nobody wants to talk to me. So I got all these listeners and viewers, and nobody wants to talk to me. I believe and you see it. Amen, amen, amen. Nobody wants to talk to me. Because I can really talk all night. And then my mother said, just let the viewers and the people talk. I was like, okay. I really could. I could really talk all night. I could get off and come back and keep talking. I promise y'all I could. For real. But I'm trying to not do that and allow my viewers and my listeners to interact with Glam Talk. So, oh, okay, I see you over here. So I'm allowing my listeners and my viewers to come in and interact. So, so I just got all these listeners and nobody. So and if I pick somebody, guess what? Let me see if Elise gonna cause Elise have overcame a lot. Let's see if she'll talk to me. Let's see if she'll come on and talk to me. Cause her story might be touching to someone else. Cause she experienced something so major. And when I tell you she's so strong that sometimes I just be looking like, darn, I couldn't imagine. I could not have imagined losing someone so dear to me. And I know two people that she's lost and she's still here with and her strength is like, whoa, like this girl, she got a story. She really got a story. She's probably not gonna log in because guess what? She going she coming in. Hi Elise. How are you? It's okay though. We all need to cry though. You know how many times I cried? But you got a story to tell though. You got a story to tell, and you never know who might be listening that might need to just hear what it took for you to get out of your situation, or even what it took for you to even be able to still be around or still have your mindset. Because some people will lose their mind for a lot of the things that you went through. You lost your baby daddy. I'm gonna just break it down, and then you can come in and tell whatever it needs to be. Because I know you. You lost your baby daddy, right? And your baby was a newborn, darn near. And then recently, your daughter got into her situation, and then you had to step up, and then you had to, you know what I'm saying? And then you was in the same boat as me, a teenage mom. So, but you still made a way because guess what? You had family that was there for you, and then you just lost your son. So you never know who might be listening that needs to hear what it took or how you coping or are do you still feel pain? So talk to them, tell them a little bit of your story. Whichever one you want to start with, baby. The floor is yours. Okay.
And she used to call me like, "Ma, you gonna be strong." I used to be like, "I'm not." Then I had another situation with my other daughter. But I tell anybody that knows my daughter Jakaya, know she a winner. She went through what she went through. She got her own apartment. She working. She taking care of my grandson. And I'm proud of the God that she with. Me being my age and people know me, they always judge me as, oh, Elise with the kids. But they never seen the good part of Elise. It was always, oh, Elise with the kids, Elise with the kids. Yeah, it's Elise with the kids. But guess what? Elise still standing. Elise still here. A lot of people can't get up here and tell their story.
Right.
Um, Dealing with my son, he was up here, always getting in trouble, stealing cars. But I never thought I'd get a phone call stating that my son got killed. I shipped my son to Virginia. He got up here, got in a situation. They gave my son 10 years juvenile life. That was 8 years. I rocked out with my son every day. Even days I didn't have it to get up, I still made a way to go see my son. My son came up here 2 months before he got killed. I felt like he knew something. He kept calling me, kept calling me. Like, Mom, your birthday about to come. What you want? You want these sneakers? You want? I said, I don't want them. Don't you pay a bill for Mommy? He started laughing. He came up here, and when he got here, he just kept pacing the floor. I said, what's wrong? You know, my father on the phone, he just keeps telling me to stop staring from up here. I said, maybe he telling you that for a reason, because he's in jail. He ain't coming home. He left. A couple weeks later, I got the phone call leaving for work. My son got killed. I was like, nah, that ain't happened. I just talked to him. They said, no, B, your son just got killed. That was the worst feeling that I ever felt a day in my life, because I'm like, Dad, he was just here with me. 4 kids, always wanted kids. And who thought I would have had to get up and bury my son? My feeling was, I feel like some days I'll be empty, because sometimes they're around on Instagram, and I always blame myself, like, why nobody don't reach out? So I gave up, like, you know, maybe I should just stay in my own lane. But then I feel like, you know, I love your family. I just kept saying, well, why everybody staying away? And the people that I knew was going to be there, they still there. My little cousins and them, they hit me on Instagram. I respect that. You know, I respect them for that. But people that I really thought would be there more than what I thought, they not around. And I just said to my fiance the other day, I'm like, maybe we should just get up and pack and just go. So I could just be away from everybody. But then I looked at it like, why should I run when I didn't do nothing? So I had days that I had like real bad days, but I still can't imagine that really this happened to my son. I still wait at 12 o'clock to get a phone call. To get a phone call, because he always called me 12 o'clock at night. Like, Ma, you up? Ma, you okay? I used to be like, why should I keep being up? I'm tired. But I always heard his voice at 12 o'clock. I don't got that no more. And it tears me up because I'm like, why him? He changed his life. Y'all killed him at work. I feel like it was a setup. I feel like I don't be wanting to go to Virginia, but I have a child down here, and I have 4 grandkids down here. And sometimes I feel like if I go, I want it to be a secret because I don't know who killed my son. And I don't never want them to be like, well, why is she down here? You know, she coming to talk to the police. So some days I really just be wanting to get up and go, but then some days I be scared. You know? And then, like, we're raising Naya. That's my youngest. She about to be 21. Her father didn't play that. He made me raise her. Candy, you know you was around. He used to tell my mother, ain't nobody watching her. My sister Donna was my backbone. When you know that I used to call Donna, come get him. Donna used to come. But raising Naya, it was different. Because he made me raise her. You ain't going to party, you going to raise her. So I just be telling people now, like, when you going through stuff, let it go. Sometimes it ain't even worth it. I used to feel like if I don't speak to you, we don't speak. People be like, when they see me now, like, where you been? I be in the cut. Ain't no need for y'all to see me all the time. I come out when I want to come out. I still can't believe my son dead. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I ain't get that feeling yet to really break down because I try to stay busy. Mm-hmm. When I stay busy, I be busy. Somebody be calling and say, let's go on the trip. I'll be going. I be sad, but I still go. You know, but
and you're gonna be sad. I mean, because it is hurtful. It is hurtful. I never lost a child, but what I can say is I lost somebody that was dear to me. So I understand the hurt, but I just can't understand or feel the same pain you're feeling because you lost a child. Like that was your son. And I need you to understand though. I need you to listen. I need you to understand we've been friends a very, 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 very long time. And sometimes we don't speak for years, but you still know how to contact me. And I still know how to contact you. You what you gotta understand is God makes no mistakes. He don't make a mistake. Sometimes, and I'm learning this too. And don't and I'm not sounding I don't want you to feel that I'm sounding harsh, but I need you to understand is that again in the beginning before you logged on, I said I can pray and I can my prayer I can have authority over my prayer and I can say, God, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And he hears the authority in my voice. That's just like if I tell my grandbaby, go sit down. She gonna sit down because I said it with authority. But if I say, sit down, she ain't gonna do it because she think I'm playing. So you have that authority. You're supposed to pray with authority. But God makes no mistakes. And he hears you cry. Weeping endure for the night, but joy comes in the morning. He definitely hear you cry. He knows your pain, but he needs you to understand that what happened and don't take it the wrong way. It was written. It definitely was written because guess what? God needed he is something that he wants you to do. It's something you said he got 4 grandkids. It's something that he wants. Well, from him. It's something that he wants you to do. So now your question is, God, what you need me to do, God? I need you to walk me through this one. You need to talk to God like he your homeboy. I need you to walk me through this one. I need you on this one. Are you supposed to go to Virginia and be with your grandkids? Are you supposed to go there and be a grandma and be with your grandkids? So now that's your prayer. That's your talk to him. What you need me to do. So sometimes I said you need to when you talk to him, you gotta talk to him and you gotta ask him to give you a clear eye view and a better understanding on what you need to see and what you need to get out. What's your message out of the mess that you've been going through? God, I need you to give me the message out of the mess that I've been going through. God, I need you to give me the mess out of the message that I've been going through. And you always got to remember, and I told you this even when we were partying and running the streets, regardless of whatever it looked like, you got to always trust God. I don't care how long we've been friends or whatever we went through or whatever we did. All my friends will tell you, guess what? Because I was in church all my life. I knew what to do, but it was just I was being rebellious on a lot of the things that I was doing. So, but I still knew how to pray though. Because I used to tell my friends all the time, come on, we got to pray, we got to do XYZ. Even when we go out on a Saturday night, we go into church because my grandma was calling that phone, huh? How many times we went to church in jeans or what we had on Saturday night? Because we had to be there. But because of the things that you've been through in your life, you just need to ask God, hey God, what is it that you need me to do? I need you to give me the message out of this mess that I'm going through. That's you understand what I'm saying? Because it's gonna get greater later for you though, but you got to understand why you're going through it. So you have not yet understood why you going through what you going through. Something you probably ask God, well, why me? Why you had to take mine? Or why you had to do this? Guess what he said? Why not you? That's what he said. You can't hear him because you need to understand. This what y'all. I don't. I said I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I'm not an evangelist. I'm not nothing. This is what gets me through sometimes, and I'm telling you this because this is what helps me. So I allow my mess to become the message. So sometimes I get into my ways, and sometimes I'll be like, God, I need 3 days of fasting. And let me tell you something. There's no right or wrong way to fast. So when people say, "Oh no, you're not supposed to eat all day. You're not supposed to do this," fasting is taking away something that you love the most. Fasting is taking away something. I don't smoke cigarettes. I don't smoke weed. So I can't take away weed and cigarettes. But guess what? I can say, God, for 3 days, I won't have a drink. I'm not going to drink. So I'm sacrificing something that I love to do the most. That's what fasting is. So people need to understand when you say fasting, it don't mean because I can fast all day and I can drink water, but you just take away something that you're sacrificing from something that you love to do the most. That's what fasting is. So whatever it is that you love to do the most, so that you can just hear God a little bit more, take it away for 3 days so that so when you say your prayer, guess what? You can hear him speak. You can hear him speak. Fasting gives clarity of what you need to hear and see in your life. That's what fasting does. It gives clarity on what you need to hear and see in your life. So you don't have to not eat all day. You don't have to not eat all day. God, I'm gonna go on a water fast. I'm just gonna drink water from nine to two. 9 to 2 and for 3 days. But listen, when you fast, you gotta pray. You gotta pray without ceasing. Ceasing means to non-stop. They ain't got to hit the people around you. You ain't got to stop and just say a prayer. You got, just say it within your mouth and say it because he hear it though. So as long as it utter off your tongue, you saying it. So while you fasting, you must pray. While you're fasting, you must pray, and you got to be able to ask him. Ask him for exactly what you want. God, I need clarification. God, I need clarification. I need you to show me. I need you to show me what I need to see. I need to know if my next move is supposed to be da 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 da. I need to know whatever it is that you're praying for. You ask him for exactly what you want to ask him for. Exact God, God, I need you to show me if this for me. Guess what? God, I need to show me if this man is for me. I don't want to waste no more time. And guess what? He showed me, and guess what I said? Mm-mm, I'm still single. So fasting is for clarification. So when you fasting, just take away something that you're sacrificing that you love to do the most. For me, smoke hookah and drink. I might have me a shot every now and then, almost every day. But that's me. I'm being honest. See, I keep telling people I'm a work in progress. I'm not getting on here and say, oh, I'm a pat. I'm not none of that. I'm not none of that. I'm a work in progress. So my work in progress means deliver. I'm being delivered from something every day. So salvation, people need to understand that salvation and deliverance is two different things. So I'm being delivered from some of the things that I used to do that I don't do no more. So eventually it gets up to guess what? My soul is set free. Huh? So, but I'm telling you the things that help me. I'm telling you the things that I know that help me for sure, because I've been there and I've done that and I've learned a lot of the stuff. And sometimes, look, I still call my grandma. I still call my aunties and them. I need y'all to tell me scripture on this, that, and the third, and I need y'all to break it down for me, because my understanding might not be the same understanding, but I need to get a complete understanding, and I need to know X, Y, and Z. And you listen, Kia, thank you. Faith and fear don't mix. So if you fasting and you're praying, you can't have fear in the answer that you're gonna get. You got to be able to accept the answer that you're going to get, because guess what? If you ask for it, he's going to reveal it. So you need to understand and be like, whatever it is that I'm asking you for, that I'm fasting for, if you reveal it, God, I got to accept it. You got to accept it. Don't never, and listen, you're not in this alone though. You call me, you know you can call me 24/7. Anybody know me, know I answer my phone all times of the night. Sleep or no sleep. I wake up if it's ringing, hello. I don't even look at the number. It might be somebody I don't want to talk to. Guess what? Who this? But you gotta understand, and you gotta be willing to accept the things that he will show you, because he will show you. He definitely will show you. But that's what I want you to do. I want you for 3 days. Today is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You could just do it. I'm gonna take it easy on you. Hey, do it from 9 to 12. You don't even have to eat. Just if you wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning, you get ready to go to work. Ask God for His will, and it will be done in life. Absolutely, absolutely. You could go from 9 to 12. I'll even fast with you. I'll even fast with you from 9 to 12, from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. From 9 to 12. We could do 9 to 12. I could do all day though. But because I said I'm gonna do it with you, and what we you could call me. We gonna text. We gonna do it all. I'll do 9 to 12 from Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And sometimes you might slip up, but it's okay. Guess what? Because you still get to eat for effort, though. You still get to eat for effort, because you tried. Because you tried. So never give up, or never feel like you want to give up, because it's not about giving up. See, that's what the enemy wants you to do. He wants you to give up. He wants you to think that everything is going the wrong way, and then that he wants you to think that everything is gonna fail. But guess what? It won't. It won't. That's the trick of the enemy. Your faith, he said, have faith the size of a mustard seed. If you know how big a mustard seed is, that's just a tiny tad bit. That ain't even a girl. I could bite a little piece of my nail polish off. I probably bit too much. I probably bit too much. But you got to be able to understand you can't give up. You can't. You have to learn to. We're gonna go back to what I spoke on the other day. We're gonna go back to what I spoke on the other day. Um, you gotta be able to speak good things into your life. You gotta be able to speak affirmations into your life. You gotta be able to understand that God is real and He makes no mistakes. So whatever you speak over your life, you gotta be able to understand everything. So you have to tell yourself, I am. I am more than a conqueror. I am this. So whatever you say, you gotta start it with a I am. That's your affirmation. So you gotta be able to talk to him, because nobody else gonna talk to him like you talk to him. Nobody else gonna give it to you like he gonna give it to you. So you gotta be able to speak these things over your life. I appreciate you for sharing your story. Never know who needed to hear it. You never know who needed to hear it. Um, you could have saved somebody. You could have saved somebody. So I appreciate that, and I do love you. Call me. Call me. You can call me before you go to sleep. Before I get After I get off this live, we can talk about it, and we can figure things out. Speak life into yourself and over life. Right. Because a power of life lies in the tongue. So you speak life over a dead situation. So whatever you think that ain't going to happen is going to happen, and he's going to work it out. So you got to speak life over any dead situation and understand that God is still with you, because you here. He's still with you, and you're here for a reason. So you just got to understand and learn. or figure out, God, what is it that you need me to do? I love you, friend. Call me. Ooh, ooh, hey, hey, anybody else want to talk to me? Anybody else want to talk to me? Uh, 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 uh. Anybody else want to talk to me? Thank you, thank you, thank you. They said they're gonna be praying for you. They're gonna be praying for you. That is good. That is good. See how God works. See how He moves. He wants. God is not. Absolutely, girl. Girl. I know He not through with me. Girl, I know He not through with me. So I'm okay, and I'm definitely okay with saying God is not through with me. Oh no, I know He not. Girl, I tell everybody, girl, I'm a mess. I'm a work in progress. I'm definitely a work in progress. Listen, listen. It's nothing that I know that I'm not. I tell y'all all the time, I can expose me. Can't nobody expose me but me. But me. So again, listen, I appreciate my listeners and my viewers tonight. I thank God for even allowing me to even come and talk to y'all. Can y'all please share, share, share? Glam Talk is on every night at 8:30 except Saturdays and Sunday, Monday through Friday. If somebody have a story to share, y'all can DM me. We can talk about it. Y'all can come on. Listen, because your story might help somebody. Your story might help somebody. And I say this all the time because you never know what a person is experiencing. You never know what a person is going through. So you need to be able to understand that by you even coming on talking to somebody is helping somebody through whatever they might be going through. So I appreciate y'all. I do, I do, I do. Good night. No, I'm really not going to bed, but good night. Um, but good night. I love y'all, and y'all be blessed. And I'll see y'all tomorrow at 8:30. If again somebody wants to come on and share a story tomorrow, that would be fine. Um, that will definitely be fine. If y'all have topics y'all want to talk about, DM me, talk to me, so we can go forth and figure it out. I think, let me see. My cousin Faith is coming on Thursday. Let me just see my text message, see when she said that she is coming on Thursday. So she's gonna come on Thursday, and I'm gonna let her have the floor, and I'm just gonna sit back and listen. So if you have my Facebook and my YouTube, you're probably gonna log on that way because she's gonna come on my StreamYard, so it's easier to go to my podcast channel on my YouTube. So if you guys follow me on Facebook, uh, but you guys can go live on my Glam Talk on Thursday on YouTube. So if you have YouTube, you can go live on YouTube on Thursday because my cousin Faith is actually my guest speaker on Thursday. So good night, be blessed, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow. And thank everybody for logging in.